Hello everyone. This week on Weekly Cooking with Becky, we are going to be making blueberry muffins. So if you're in maintenance with your low carb keto lifestyle living, or if you've got enough carbs in the day to add this is such a great alternative to breakfast. I still do bacon and eggs the majority of my week, but sometimes you just need a little bit of a twist. So today that's what we're gonna do. So this is a one bowl technique. So everything's in one bowl, no electric mixing of any kind. So currently in my bowl, I'm gonna go ahead and tilt it down. Currently in my bowl, I have 2.5 cups of blanched almond flour. I have 1/2 cup of erythritol. You can use any cup for cup measurement of a low carb or a low carb approved sweetener. So nothing sucralose, aspartame, Splenda. We don't want anything artificial. You want to stick with your erythritol, your xylitol, your stevia. So things like monk fruit, swerve, etc. So measure cup for cup, keep it good. So 2.5 cups of the almond flour, 1/2 cup of the erythritol, 1.5 teaspoons of baking powder to help it rise, 1/2 teaspoon of pink Himalayan sea salt, get those electrolytes in, and these have already been mixed, and I just used a fork to just mix them around, and they're ready to go. To this, we will add in, you have a choice. This is really whether or not you are paleo or keto low carb. If you are paleo, you're going to use 1/3 cup of melted coconut oil. If you're low carb or keto, it is recommended to actually use 1/3 cup of melted butter. So there goes our butter. All right. I'm just going to start mixing with a fork. There's nothing more that you have to do. So we've got the butter. To that, and I'll stop for a second, unsweetened almond milk. We're going to be using 1/3 of a cup. Make it creamy. That sounds great. I'm going to go ahead and add everything in while I'm talking to you. 3 eggs. And 1/2 teaspoon of vanilla extract. A cupful is a teaspoon, so you want slightly less than a cupful. All right, so we're gonna mix all of that up into, mix the wet into the dry. So while I'm mixing, I'll go ahead and say hi to you guys. Hope you guys are all having a good week. Just wanted to throw out a different breakfast idea, so hopefully some of you guys might like this. I will tell you that if you have a big family and you're gonna eat them all, they make 10 to 12. 10 big, 12 small. I'm going for 10 big. Telling you what I'm doing. So if your whole family's gonna eat them, they can last in the fridge an entire week, on the counter 3 to 4 days. If it's just gonna be you, measure out what you want and put them in the fridge. Just take them out one at a time. So I'm gonna put 5 in the fridge and 5 in the freezer. They last up to 6 months in the freezer, and they last up to a week in the fridge. So what I'll do is I'll take one out in the morning and I'll put a little dab of butter on top and heat it for like 15 seconds in the microwave, and it'll taste like freshly made blueberry muffin. And that's what I'm gonna do for breakfast tomorrow. So I'm making these now. So now everything is mixed in. Let me go ahead and tilt these down. So everything's mixed in here, and it looks so good. Now I'm gonna switch over to, do you call these guys spatulas? Let me know in the comments. Do you guys call these spatulas? Everybody says different words for them, but you're gonna go to this guy. All right, at this time, you are going to fold in 3/4 of a cup of blueberries. Now what I will tell you is you can use any berry, strawberries, blueberries, raspberries. And I even told my daughter next week, because she was wanting them, but she doesn't like blueberries, that I told her that since I've already got 5 for next week, that if she likes the texture of the blueberry muffins, I'll just use the lilies. So just a few ideas for you. You can make these as a berry, but you could also do like a Lily's chocolate chip and make chocolate chip muffins for your kiddos and still keep them sugar-free. So 3/4 of a cup of blueberries. Now these are fresh. If you use frozen, they say do not thaw them. Literally put them in frozen, and you just fold in, which is why I'm switching over to this. Okay. Now, our batter is ready. I have preheated the oven to 350. And as I said, I'm going to be making the 10 big versus the 12 small. So take a paper cup or a parchment one, give it a little bit of a spray. And since I'm making 10, just a little trick that I learned from my mama a long time ago. The ones that you don't use, go ahead and give them that same spray so nothing sticks, and add just like a half an inch of water to that. Number one, it releases moisture into the oven, but number two, and I'll show you that in a minute, but number two, it keeps those two from burning. So if you ever wonder why a couple of yours are always burning, they won't burn if you put water in it if you want. Just something I learned from my mama way back when. She was like, anytime you have something left. So thanks, Mom. I'm sure she'll watch this at some point, so thank you, Mama. I'm trying to find, I had a scooper for this. And now I'm trying to figure out where I put it. My daughter knows I'm making a video. Do I blame her? I don't know. Well, okay. I touch that. We actually have these really big ladle soup spoons, so I'm just gonna use one of those. So basically, if you want to do 12, you're going to fill them 3/4 full. If you want to go 10, you go into the top, which is what we're doing, all the way up to the top. And I will say the dough is very, very moist, which is great. Although I've been told you're not supposed to use that word anymore, so I don't know. The dough is wet. How about I say that? The dough is wet. The teacher in me wants to make sure I do not offend. Okay, so for those of you guys that follow me or subscribe to me and didn't know, you now know I'm a teacher. This is the first thing I'm making here on summer break. I've been eating a lot of the same things. I tend to pre-bake a week ahead, and I bake enough for 2 weeks worth of breakfasts. That's what I tend to do. And I put 1 week in the freezer, and then I put 1 week in the fridge, and I literally, even my eggs, everything's pre-cooked. And I just grab it in the morning, heat it up, get my coffee, and I use Keurig, so it's fast, and I grab and go out the door because I don't have much time. I will recommend that to pretty much anyone, even if you're home alone and it's just you. If you don't want to spend all that time cooking in the morning, go ahead and do that. The other thing is when you pre-bake, everything's measured out and helps you from going, oh, I want 4 eggs this morning, or oh, I want this, and cheating. If you've already prepped out your week meal prep, so much better for you. And then I do a couple salads for lunch throughout the week, and I have those planned out too, what toppings go on what days, and I plan out my meals. It's just, everything's planned. So little tidbit here, even as I'm doing blueberry muffins, which is gonna be a treat, you could do it for breakfast, you could do it as your afternoon snack. It's really for those of us that are counting carbs, knowing kind of when in the day we wanna put it. Do you wanna have your sweet tooth fix in the afternoon? Do you wanna have it in the morning? I'm somebody that always loved to eat muffins, or pumpkin bread is still my go-to in the morning and not in the afternoon. So for me, it's a breakfast. So I'm gonna show you what it looks like. And then I'm gonna do something a little bit different that they mentioned for those of us, if you want it to kind of spill over onto the top. So everything is full, and you'll notice it's up to the top. It is now officially gonna rise. They're all gonna go over just a little bit. So I'm gonna rub, I sprayed the top of the pan. I just wanna make sure that my grease, I'm gonna use my finger. Sorry if that, it's my house, your house, use your own finger. But I'm going around them a little bit in grease on the top. So when they do come up out, since they're full, I'm not gonna be all upset that they're stuck to the top. Then, if you want to have cracked blueberries on that top part, like what you get in the bakery, put just a couple. You'll notice I'm even letting them sit high. I hope you guys can see what I'm doing. And I'm purposely doing that just to give a more bakery style effect, even though they're made here at home. And then feel free to eat the other blueberries raw, put them into a yogurt, whatever you want to do. Like I said, you can use any fruit. You don't have to use blueberries. And next week, if my daughter kind of likes the texture, she's not a blueberry fan, I already told her I would do this again. And I'll make it kid friendly, and I'll do chocolate chip muffins. So that's how I'm gonna make it, so that it purposely goes over. And then I also have the cracked blueberry kind of spreading on the top. Let me put this in the oven. It says 20 to 25 minutes. My oven is always hot. So I'm going down to 15. It may take me 20 to 25, but until I have a better oven, I'm going below. So I'm going 15. Just kind of know it should take 20 to 25 minutes. The other thing is I'm also doing 10 muffins instead of 12. So mine might take just a smidge longer. So, whoops, 15 minutes. All right, so once they've cooled and I can take them out, I will show them to you. But let me tell you a little bit about your nutritional facts. So a serving is one muffin, and I'm gonna give you the calorie count based on 12. So just know you need to add about 15 calories and about half a carb. It's not much if you want to go to 10, which is what I'm doing. So a handful of calories and a half a carb is not that much for a little bit bigger of a muffin. So calories are 217 or around 230 for 10. Your fat is 19 grams. Your total carbs is 6, which means your net, and there's 3 grams of fiber. So your net carbs is 3 for 12. And like I said, I'm going big, so I'm gonna say 3.5 for 10, okay? Still not bad. 2 grams of sugar and 7 grams of protein. So you have everything met. You've got a good start to your day. And like I said, if you pre-bake them, just heat them up with a little bit of butter in the morning, some coffee, and they're good to go. So I'll be back with the finished product. All right, so I've taken them out of the oven and I have removed them from the pan. I've just put them on a piece of aluminum foil to let them cool. I don't want them in the pan cooling. I want them to stay super, super nice and moist. So here we go. They look absolutely amazing. Since it's my breakfast tomorrow, I can't eat one just yet, but I just wanted to show you, like literally, they're so soft and they look great, and the blueberries are all through there. So I'll add a comment to the YouTube video tomorrow and let you know how they are, but I know that they're going to be awesome. And I hope that this is something you might want to make for breakfast or a snack yourself. Enjoy. Bye.